You had two very important bills pass the House before the floor cut off. Tell us a little bit about them.
The genesis of these bills came out of a work session that we had in Environment a couple of years ago, and we brought in some of the university folks to talk about how they do peer review. And what they said is you have internal peer review, external, all kinds of different things. And what it really got me to thinking is, wow, that would be really great information for the public to know. And so what we did is I used that information to build on the bills that I passed last year. And those are these bills, House Bill 2261 and 2262, that have passed the House. And I had hearings on each one of them in the Senate. So they are continuing to proceed.
Governor Jay Inslee recently announced his decision to suspend the death penalty while he's in office. Do you agree with his actions?
I don't agree with his actions. But before I go into that, when you think of Washington State, we have several layers of review that have been put into place for someone who is on death row, just to ensure absolutely that this person's constitutional rights have been protected and that this person is going through the process. But what really offends me about what the governor did is he didn't let the families know, the victims' families know that he was going to do this. He told them after the fact. And when you think of his position of governor, he's required to carry those out. Now, there are options that he has to temporarily delay, an execution, but really it's part of his executive level duties. But most of all, in the middle of a session, we're dealing with his legislative priorities that frankly are having trouble getting through the process, and we're dealing with a supplemental budget. And I just find it odd that he's doing this right in the middle of this. I mean, it came out of nowhere, but I think it's really offensive to the victims' families and frankly makes it really hard for them to find closure.